Yes. Hi, welcome to another photography and its bits episode. Thank you for joining us again. And yeah, we this week we've been quite quiet. We've been very quiet. So we thought, guys, we miss you guys. Let's come back to you guys. But now today we're gonna make it interesting. We're just gonna speak about you guys. We want your stories. We always talking about our stuff, and yeah, we want to know your stories when you started. What funny things happened to you? What hardships did you have? So today's one's going to be interesting. We want you to participate with us. If you have a story and you're in the chat room, please do raise your hand. Just maybe say, I've got a story, and then I'll inbox you the meeting ID. It's going to be simply on Zoom. So basically, you just click on that link, and then it's gonna go through. Yeah. So we do have yeah. So yeah, it's quite interesting. So like, let's make this whole episode about you guys. If you're interested in telling us a story, like a 2 minute, 3 minute story to come online, just say something in the chat room, and then we'll send you the ID, and then you'll be able to share your story with everybody. I've got my whole co-host with me today, my producer, my technical guy who's working hard behind the scene. Mav, do you want to say hi to everybody? No, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I don't know. Should we? How do we start this off, Mav? Should we start first? Do you want Ken? Oh, Kenlin has already joined in. Kenlin, can we have Kenlin on? Can we have Kenlin? But can he hear us? That's the question. All right, cool. Yeah, ma'am. I think I have one or two stories that I want to share as well with you guys. I don't want to share them, but I have to. So yeah, but I hope you find them amusing or funny, and that little mistakes that we made when we're starting off. Um, okay. Kenley says we can't hear.
He's muted his video again.
No, no, on the chat. Mav, your mic is off. Oh, okay. So I think that was your error on your side, but it's fine. Okay, Kenlin, can you? Okay, he's connecting his audio. Yeah. So today is just gonna be quite a a strange one. Kenlin, can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me,
Oh,
guys?
yeah, we can hear you. Mav, can you hear him?
I can hear him very loud and clear.
All right, cool. So
Yeah.
Kenlin, so Kenlin. Oh, by the way,
Awesome.
Kenlin is Dinepe Photography. First of all, yeah, just tell them who you are, where they can find your work, and then tell us your little funny stories.
All right, guys. My name is Kenlin. I'm a wedding photographer, portrait photographer. Uh, but I just discovered that during lockdown that I can take pictures of toys as well.
Yeah, I see you be playing with your kids' toys. Yeah, no, but yeah, it was a quite nice series. I enjoyed it. My kid liked. I was showing my kid; they liked it very much. So yeah, I was like, "Oh, Daddy, can you buy
Yeah.
me those toys?" Yeah. So yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. No. I'm long in this business, but
Yeah.
yeah, due to financial reasons, I'm not the place where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, in this industry, it's quite tough to get to the place where you need to be
Yeah.
because everything is so expensive.
Mm.
So we do with what we have, and we just move forward. Yeah, this photography business is a tough business to
Yeah.
get to a place where you want to be. So yeah, yes, it's been a
Yeah.
long journey.
Yeah. So yeah, what horror stories do you have, or funny stories do you have? Stupid things that you did when you started, so that you now know better, things like that.
Just you know how funny enough, Nico,
Yeah.
how I started with a cell phone.
Yeah. Or you shot weddings with a cell phone.
No. I started with a cell phone, the D500 Samsung.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know those ones. I started like that. I started taking pictures of friends with a cell phone,
Mm,
and then I used to print them. I
yeah,
used to print it
yeah,
for
yeah.
them, and then gradually the passion, the love for
Mm,
photography started, and
mm,
then I bought a small little digital camera from another good friend of mine,
yeah, yeah.
and then I had my first function. It was a church function, and I
Mm,
had to take pictures with a small little digital camera.
yeah,
And I made enough money to buy myself my first DSLR,
yeah, yeah,
and I bought myself a Nikon
yeah.
D3000.
Yeah. So you shot everything then almost. You went from Nikon to Canon. You're shooting Canon right now, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
And now you're moving to Fuji. I think I hear.
Yeah, man. You know, my heart is on a Sony, but I can already see it's going to take a while for me to come there. But
Yeah.
in terms of cost
Mm,
saving, I
mm,
think Fuji is one of the ways to go to right now,
yeah.
and it will really help to further, you know.
Mm.
But I will get there. I'll get there. I'll get
All
there.
right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, you were saying that you bought your Nikon D3000 and you were shooting from like a bridge camera to Nikon D3000. And how did you get to where you are now to have all the stuff that you do have?
Yo, Nico. When I just started, you know, people criticized me, and people had a lot to say,
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
But I had one thing in mind:
Mm,
is I want to be a professional photographer,
mm,
and gradually, even even till now,
mm.
you know, people still doubt my ability
Yeah,
to especially in your so-called uh, colored communities.
yeah.
uh, 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 People still have that tendency, yeah, you know, this and that. But
So
yeah,
is mainly your stuff around the colored communities, or you don't do for other cultures as well?
no, I
Mm,
do for
mm.
any any culture. Uh, uh, uh. To tell the truth, only for the last 3 years, I'm only starting to see the fruits of my labor. I'm
Yeah.
only starting to see it now only.
Mm,
Like in terms, I'm only starting to see money
yeah.
now. For the past 2 3 4 years, I'm only
Yeah.
seeing money come in now only.
And how long you've been shooting for? How long? For like what, 4 5 years?
No, Nico,
Yeah.
I've been shooting for almost 13 years.
Jeez, yeah, that is a long time. So you think the cash come in. You should be a millionaire by now.
Yeah, but I think it was the process of
Mm,
learning, and I always admire other photographers when I see their work,
mm,
and I
mm,
always wanted to aspire to
mm.
shoot like them, you know. So
Yeah,
so then I understood that
yeah,
it's gonna take some time for me
mm,
to get to a level
yeah,
where I can also start shooting,
mm,
and truly now only I'm at a certain level. I won't say I'm at the level, but
yeah,
I'm at a certain level where my work can be presentable
yeah.
to people now.
Mm.
And along the way, people told me, no, I shoot rubbish, and you know, all of those type of things.
Yeah, I see Candy's commenting there. Candy, I think I did send you the meeting. Just come in here and ask Kenley that question that you just asked there in the chat room. Let me just check here if I did send Candy. I'm certain I did. Okay, there we go. Okay, I just sent Candy the invite. I'm sure he's gonna ask you that comment there himself. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah. So you were shooting. Yeah, go on with your story.
Yeah, no, man. I had some horror stories also.
Yeah.
When I forgot a battery for one of the flags. Oh goodness! So then I had to shoot natural light, and at
Yeah.
that time I wasn't that good with natural light.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Everything had to just be in black and white. So
Yeah, when all else fails, turn into black and white. I know
go to
that.
black
I
and
know
white.
that.
Go
Yeah.
to black and white, John. So
Was it a
yeah,
wedding or
listen.
was it just a normal event, birthday party or
It
something?
it was it was a wedding. It was a
Ah,
wedding.
no.
I
And you
think
couldn't
it
tell
was one of
somebody to
my
go
first
buy.
weddings. I think it was one of my first weddings.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Sure. But you
Yeah.
know that feeling that you get
Yeah.
inside, that you
Mm,
know what, I
mm.
stuffed up something, like
I know
something
that.
died inside of you.
Yeah, no, my horror stories will make you cry. You make you cry because I'm compulsive. No, but I can understand. But then you were shooting alone, so you couldn't send somebody to go get your stuff for you, or was
Right?
it further or far away from home?
Yeah, no, yo. So you have to just there. You have to dig deep and just shoot and pretend like nothing is wrong. Everything is perfect.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's cool. No, thank you for sharing your story with us. Yeah, no,
Because
we had to. Yeah,
I'm this type of person. I when I'm doing a job or something,
yeah, mm,
everything needs to be right.
yeah. I think we
If
all like
something
that.
goes
Yeah,
wrong, I lose my mind.
yeah.
I really lose my mind. So everything must be perfect on that day. Sometimes it
Yeah.
doesn't, but during during the years I've learned how to deal with stuff like that now,
Mm, yeah, yeah.
and triple checking and
Mm,
checking. So yeah, yes. Oh,
mm, mm.
funny
Alright.
enough, my last wedding that I did now,
Yeah,
a day before lockdown,
yeah, yeah,
I did a last wedding for us. There was like 30 people by this wedding,
yeah.
and I felt I was shooting a party. So I'm telling you, so
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
As
stuff like
photographers, we see everything. We see all those sorts of stuff. Eh? We see
hey,
everything.
bro,
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
Yeah. No, well, Kathleen, thank you for coming on. Yeah, thank you for always supporting the show. We know you're always watching us and commenting, so we appreciate that. Um, okay. Yeah, I think we'll talk to you. I think Mav was planning an episode to do a whole episode with you, so we will get back to you on that one. But anyway, thank you for coming on
Not a
this one.
problem.
All right, thanks. Hey, cheers.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, cool. Yeah, Mav, you had a story with leaving something behind. Have you ever had something like that where you forgot a battery or something like that? And
Nico.
don't forget to unmute yourself
Hey,
because
I'm
people complain.
unmuted. I'm unmuted.
Yeah,
I'm unmuted. The only thing is, I'm not sure if I have echo or not, but please let me know if I do have an echo, then I'll
yeah,
fix that. But then, yeah,
yeah.
I've also heard, horror stories of leaving something behind, and I
Yeah.
think Ukenlin, he left
Mm.
a battery, which at
Yeah.
least is something. I left a camera behind.
Ow. How do you leave a camera that you're shooting on?
To tell you the story, this was a very funny story. So I get
Yeah.
booked to go to a 21st birthday. This
Yeah.
21st birthday, they want me to come shoot the 21st, and I also need to do a photo booth where
Yeah.
the 21st birthday girl will come and shoot with her friends in the photo booth. So
Yeah.
we are putting the equipment into the car. Cool.
Yeah.
So we are counting. Okay, strobe, backdrop, lights, fine.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I was shooting Nomandla that day. And then
Yeah.
Umandla and me have the same camera bags. We bought exactly the same camera bags. So we take a camera bag, Amanda, and we say, first camera. And we get distracted. For some reason, we count again. We see Mandla's bag again. We say, Second camera.
Second camera.
We are good to go. We close the car. Off we go. Off to Mpumalanga. There we go. We get there. We unpack. We set up the photo booth. Everything.
Yeah.
Manja starts shooting. Now, Manja.
Okay, it's your turn.
Where's the other camera? Now, Manja is shooting. At that time, he was shooting a 20D.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's shooting a very old camera. You can't even tether with it. You know, I had a 60D and I had a 5D. And now that my bag is left behind. So now I'm like, we don't have a camera. Shucks, what are we gonna do? We can't tether anymore. Hey, I'm telling you, to make that happen. And for some reason, I think we forgot the triggers as well. Yeah, the triggers were in my bag.
Yeah,
as well.
with your bag, yeah.
So
yeah,
no
yeah.
triggers as well. So now I ended up putting the strobe onto slave. We put a flash, luckily Manja. We took out the pop-up flash. We put a little business card on the pop-up flash to make it bounce to the top and not hit the subject. We made it work. Like, we made it work. I don't know
For
how
some reason.
we did it. I was just happy that you didn't have to shoot video, because you can only imagine the 20D doesn't have
Yeah.
video.
Obviously, I mean, only
So
one camera,
you
so you either choose photos or video.
I'm telling you, by the time we finished that 21st, we were sitting down and we were breathing like, yeah, we made it. We made it. So yeah,
Alright.
I think for me, that was one of these stories where I was like, you know, double and triple check your bag.
Yeah, when it comes to double checking, now I've got a story to tell. Anyway, before I get to that, do we have anybody waiting?
Yeah, we have Candy Mo. I've just accepted.
Candy. All right, cool. I hope Candy's story is gonna beat yours. Actually, we should have a competition on who's the most mess up, who's the most irresponsible person here. Candy's just
Candy?
connecting his audio.
Yeah.
That's just connecting audio.
Okay, we have DJ also in the waiting room.
Okay, put them on, both of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what do you think of the R5?
Candy,
The
your
EOS R5.
your video is muted. Please unmute your video.
There's Busang. Busang is joined
Okay,
in. Hey, how's it?
Let me see if I can unmute Candy's video.
Okay, Busang still connecting audio. Is connecting audio.
Hey, Busang, ngiyambona nje uvela TV.
Yeah, no. Busang 3D.
Sony, siyabona, my webcams are starting to look very bad, yeah.
But the code works up move.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but we don't have video for you, Candy.
Yeah,
Busang, can you hear us? Busang, we can't hear you. Busang?
Busang, we can't hear you. Check if you haven't muted your mic.
Okay, Candy, something went wrong. Candy is all orange now.
Yeah, I don't know. He's unmuted his video, but it's all orange.
Okay. Just check on the bottom left next to it.
Hear you.
But we don't see your video.
Candy,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now, but
My
no
video is still mute.
Yeah, your video is... it's just orange. We're not sure what's happening.
And
yeah, Busang.
Okay, I think
Sorry, guys,
Busang,
my mic was off.
yeah. Now we can
no,
hear
I
you.
say,
Candy, we don't see your video. Yeah.
Candy, we're not getting video from you.
Okay, while Candy's sorting out, maybe just put Candy in the waiting room and sort him out, and then let's Busang tell his story.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, Baba. I know, isn't though? Like stupid things that you did or funny things that happened to you in that you've experienced as a photographer.
As a photographer,
Busang,
Yeah.
can you increase your mic a bit?
is it too low?
Yeah, it's a bit low.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on headphones, but I can hear him just fine.
yeah, there,
okay.
there, that's nice. Yeah.
Okay, it's good. Then it's in my frame.
Yeah, no, it's fine like that. It's fine like this.
Okay, I've upped the volume a bit.
Yeah.
I'm
All right,
not
cool.
sure
Yeah. No. So what is your story?
Funny thing that ever happens to me.
You can put
To
it up
you,
a bit,
whatever.
we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, No, Mina, I once had multiple shoots within a day.
Yeah.
At one point, I forgot to take the extra battery.
Yeah.
With my last client at the park,
Mm.
halfway through the shoot, my battery died.
Yeah.
And I had to continue the shoot using her cell phone.
Using her cell phone.
Yeah, and then what was your excuse to her, first of all?
I told him my battery died. You're not professional. How can you not bring extra batteries? And I literally had to use a cell phone. There wasn't anything else that I could, And later she sent me those pictures and say, Photoshop these pictures.
What phone was it? I'm quite interested now. And what phone were you using? Why didn't you use your phone?
No, she was using some Huawei phone.
Yeah.
And it had more megapixels than mine. So
Yeah.
I started to use hers because I would be able to crop in and out without losing much.
Yeah. So obviously, light is out of the question. You won't be using your lights and whatever.
No, we were outdoors. So fortunately, it was not that late on the day, and I was able to get nice pictures. Obviously, the lighting was. It was literally natural light, cell phone.
You should have taken a video of that. I would have loved to see that.
I still had my assistant following us with the lights, and so you can imagine like carrying this big light and then using a cell phone. The camera is hanging on the side.
I know. And okay, I'm obviously guessing that you didn't charge her for that job.
No, I was even scared because how I normally work is you pay 50% and then we go shoot, and before you get your pictures, you pay the other 50. Dude, I did not even ask her about the remaining
the balance.
Just edited and sent her the pictures. That was the last time I saw.
Yeah, how long ago was this?
That one.
How long ago was this, if I may ask?
It was after I bought the 5D Mark IV, man.
So Teresa, it's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's about 2-3 years ago. I was using a 5D Mark IV, and that battery died. I think in my head it was this thing that it's a new battery, and the camera is known to have a good battery life and things like that. So it will last long. And sometimes when you shoot weddings, you see sometimes we shoot with one battery throughout. So I had that. Little did I know, eh?
I know. I think your story takes the cup, boss. Anyway, I know. Thank you for coming on and sharing with us. Please tell people where they can find you, online if they don't already know where to find you.
My page is Busang Photography on Facebook and on Instagram. And on Instagram, my other page is Busang Photography Weddings. That's the one whereby I put weddings. Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Busang, for coming on. And we've got Kendi. We've got Kendi. Kendi, are you? Can you hear us now? Can you see us? We can see you.
Still struggling. I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, so what is your funny story in your photography journey? What happened to you?
I wish I had a funny story. Mine was a bit heartbreaking, but then at the end it came out fine. Actually, I'll say to photographers out there, guys, just take enough that you can handle. What happened about maybe it's now just over 3 years. When I was just turning into more professional. So I had a Nikon D600, and then I had a wedding, 2 weddings. One was on a Saturday, one was on a Sunday. and one was in the Free State in Clarence. So during that week, I'm like, okay, somebody was selling another camera. I think it was a D610. So I either had a 600 or a 610. So I was buying one of the two. I bought it. Then Friday night, we went to Clarence, slept there. And now during the following day, when the wedding supposed to start, matrimonial supposed to start 10. We stayed almost the whole day not shooting. The wedding only started around 5. And
so like basically like the whole day, like the time you were supposed to knock off, that's when the wedding was starting.
We're supposed to knock off. And remember, we are in Clarence. The next day we must be in Mamelodi. So okay, it's fine. The wedding starts at 5, and then it went till late. Now we drive back. You can just imagine. We get home. I was still staying here in Joburg, and then I have to download now, clean all the memory cards. I only slept probably about 30 minutes to an hour. And
then you had to wake up, and then
have to wake up quickly, bath, and then go to Mamelodi. Actually, the matrimonial was not in Mamelodi. It was in I can't remember what's the name of that place. But just on the N4 when you go towards Wheatbank, just after Pretoria. The matrimonial was there. The reception was in Mamelodi. So we get there, and I am late. So luckily I was shooting with Tato. She was there early. Get there, start shooting. It's now everything quickly. Matrimonial finishes. On my way to the reception, we're going to Mamelodi. I asked the guys, where's my other camera? I don't remember putting it in the car. And somebody in the car said, no, it's in the car, in the boot. Oh, okay.
But nobody saw it. Everybody's assuming it's in there.
The guy is assuming it's in there. And I think maybe it's because I also said something like, I think I remember seeing it in the boot. Then somebody said, no, I've seen it in the boot. Okay, we tried. And I mean, that camera had a 70 to 200 Nikon. We drive. We get there. We jump quickly. You know, the wedding is quick. We jump. I take my camera, shoot. But while we busy, I'm like, nah, man, let me check that camera. Get onto the booth, man, all the bags, there's nothing. Now, literally, my mind is no longer there. I mean, the D610 and the 72 200.
200 is not...
Just imagine. Now, I'm asking everyone, we're trying to check. The other guys are shooting, it's fine. I had to drive back, go look for the camera. We get there, it's locked. As the security guys say, no, we can come tomorrow, which was a holiday, a Monday.
But now you...
My mind is no longer on the wedding.
Obviously.
So, I tried to ask him, but didn't anyone saw a camera or say, no, it doesn't know anything? I went back to Mamelodi, we showed, okay, fine. The next day, early in the morning, I wake up and I call. At least they answered. No, I think first I spoke to Tato. Tato said something like there are stuff that the guys found there, and the manager has put them in a locker. So I'm like, okay, let me call, and I'm calling. What's it in here?
Something popped up.
Okay, all right. No, it's fine. It's gone.
All right.
Okay. All right. So now at least when I call, the manager saying, no, there are stuff that are actually in the locker. So
yes. All right, cool. Sanitize, people. Okay. Sanitize.
Yeah, you can also do this.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Us more time.
No, that's nice. No, then. What happened is I called, and then the manager wasn't there, but the guy that picked up the phone said, no, the manager said there are stuff in the in the locker, so I can come and then they'll get the key and check for me. And I told them it's the camera and the lens. So unfortunately they didn't know much about that.
Yeah.
So I drove that Monday, get the camera, the lens, everything was there. It was such a
So I've got a similar story, ne? So I was doing, like, sorry to cut you, ne? Like, mine is exactly the same as you. We were doing it is one of the guys that helped me get started when I was studying shooting models, right? So he's like, no, come on, let's do a concept. I just got in my 85 and my 50 millimeters, and I'm happy, like, okay, cool, let's do some stuff. So we did some stuff around Zoo Lake there, and then it was cool. We drove up the road, do some stuff. It's like, no, man, I know this other place in Joburg. Yeah, so we drove to Joburg, like this, just there by, where there's a big tractor there, not behind that, like, there's the big yellow tractor there. So we were shooting around
not
there.
good with Joburg, huh?
Yeah. Anyway, so okay, I got my little small camera bag. Yeah, I'm gonna skate. Yes, exactly. So I got my little camera bag. We're shooting. So I'm changing between the 50 and the 85, 50 and 85. All right, cool. My car is parked across the road. All right, cool. Right, we're done shooting. Eddie says, no, let me drop him off the end. So I drive him. We get in the car. We drop him off by end. As I'm driving my dad's bus. So I threw everything. The bag is there. Is at the back. So as I come in the gate, something says, I don't know, because now on the bus, everything slides up and down. Something says, look back. When I look back, there's no bag. I've got my camera with the 85 on the car seat, but there's no camera bag. I was like, no, but my 50 millimeter is in there. I just got that 50 millimeter about a week ago. I was like, I drive in. I didn't even come in the house. So, like, I just call my wife and say, I'm downstairs, but I'm going back. I'm driving back to Joburg, and I'm just driving because so I can see that the bag is gone, but just so to settle my heart. But I know I'll never find anything. Drove back to Joburg. As I was turning into that street, Westgate, I check on the box, and the telecom box. My camera bag sitting up there, and I'm like, seriously, this is an hour later in a public street, hour later. So I go in there, I was like, really? And I open the bag, and the 50 millimeter is still in there. I was like, thank God. I wasn't really expecting, like, so similar to yours, like, I was not expecting anything.
Yeah,
like,
no, even myself, of course, I mean, there were a lot of people in the wedding. You'll never know what can go wrong. But, fortunately, man. But
sorry, go on.
I was saying, from this story, I would say to the guys out there, if you're taking weddings, be clear with your clients that I'm going to shoot from this time and this time to this time. Tomorrow, maybe I have a wedding somewhere, so I have to be, because it was a mess actually. Fortunately, there were other people who were shooting with.
I think having the backup is always helpful, and you were just fortunate. I mean, 7,200 alone, that's a whole lot of money. I can imagine.
And I mean, that camera was like new to me. I got it second from someone.
But it's still new to you. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I see Kellen is here. Can I ask him before I leave?
Yeah, please ask him. Yeah.
Kenlin, first, I'm not sure if you have moved or you are moving, but I will be the first to welcome you to the ex-photographers. What made you to move?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I haven't moved yet. I'm in the process. I'm in the process of moving, and
Okay, no. Once you move and you wanna try some few lenses, I have few lenses. Maybe you want to check which one you can buy. We can just meet up and then we play with them.
Thanks, Candy. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, man.
No,
Nico,
cool. Yeah, sure.
Another story that I can.
Please. Today's all about you. Whatever stories you have, please share. If anybody's listening there, who wants to tell the stories, please just say something on the chat room, and then we'll send you the link to come share the story with us. Your story with us.
This wedding happened now December, and it was a 2-day wedding. It was 2 days.
Yeah.
And I shot the wedding perfectly. Everything went well. no glitches, nothing.
Yeah.
Right. Come to editing. Right, fine. I load it as normal, and I thought I backed it up.
Yeah, I can see where this is going.
I backed it up to my external. I thought. I'm editing. When I put on the laptop, the folder's gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, let me go to my recycling to see maybe the laptop.
So it's like the last player that you do.
Oh, and this is a big wedding, and and it's a high-paying client. And I'm like, all right, there's nothing in the deleted items.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. When I go to my external, I go see if it's there. It's not there.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what am I gonna do. I'm already starting to get anxiety. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now. The wedding is lost. Now I'm already starting to plan. What am I gonna tell this client now already? This client already gave a 70% deposit.
Yeah. You think you can move from Joburg to somewhere else?
I don't know where to hide my face. I take the memory card. I run to cameras there in Rosebank.
Yeah.
I asked them, guys, there's a wedding. I deleted it because I already deleted it on the memory card.
Yeah.
Luckily, I never formatted it. I never formatted.
Yeah.
Can you retrieve these images? Oh, I phoned my boss. I tell, you know what, guys, I'm stuck here at the camera shop because my lunchtime was already over.
Yeah.
So I had to now go back
to work.
Oh,
so, but did you get your wedding back?
Yes.
Oh, lucky.
I got those images back. I bought a USB. They put it on for me.
Yeah.
I put it on all over.
Yeah.
Luckily, I saved all those images.
No, that's good. No,
that was one of the.
That's a lucky break. That's a lucky break. My story, which I'm not gonna tell, I was not so lucky. But luckily for me, is it's only one card that failed. And I managed to deliver 60% of the wedding, and I had to grab the other 40% from a video, a handy cam, and like 2 megapixel stills. So I had to basically decode. It was on tape, so I had to decode the tape and then look for the frames to save those little bits. So that's the one story. Still today, I still don't want to tell. I don't know what happened. I'm not like, it was 2 months of hell for me. It was like,
I'm telling you,
I'm dead. Yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Thanks, guys. I just want to say hi to Tenulo. Tenulo's got a story, but Tenulo, please let me know if you want to come on to tell it. Then I can send you a message of how you can join us in. Thanks, Kenlyn. Kendi, you want to stick around? It's cool. If you want to go back to the chat, it's also cool. Just see Musa, see people joining in and out. For some reason, my stream is not working properly. Again, Mav, did I miss anybody else?
Let's see.
Don't forget to unmute.
I'm not muted.
Okay.
Let's see. We have Warren Jordan, Kanyisilo Jules, Senulo, Bunolo Mulemo. We have to gift Mpo, Ramo Tsipe. We have Brenda Mashaba. We have Umakahiso Kat Diale. We have Ukendimo on the screen and in the chat. We have Shongi Shabalala. We have Unjabulom Tembu. Can you see it again? We have Nicholas Hrobla, who's joined. Usbuda Luda. Spudaluda. Oh, we went to Durban, Spudaluda, ne?
Yeah, we went to Spuda. Hey, Spuda, you must come back to photography, my man. Now we wouldn't like to think those lessons went to waste.
We have
Yeah.
Umusa Arthur Mayulula.
My Lola.
There. And then we have Daniel Pushamo Sibu Toma. Sibo or Sibu. I'm not sure Sibo or Sibo Toma. And then we have Ulerato Moskovich. Mr. Rata Vaslap. We have Ukal Mo. Who else do we have?
Nobody wants to share their stories with us.
Utsenulo says please send the message.
Okay,
Nokhanyisile Sam Foster ngicela uthumela Nokhanyisile message Sam Foster.
Alright. Let me send let me inbox Utsenulo. Okay, yeah, all right, go on. I'll inbox him.
Yeah, and then I think those are the last one. And then we have DJ who just came from the video again, and we have nobody in the waiting room so far.
All right. Okay. So here's another little story that I had. My very first few weddings, I think was third, fourth, or something like that. After moving from my D40 as a play around camera unprofessional to moving into Tenula, I've inboxed you. Check your inbox. So I got a D300. D300 was very beautiful camera for me at that time. Way 10 years ago or something like that. So I'm lawyer, I know practicing, I'm shooting. So I decided, okay, I'm reading stuff online, I'm learning and whatever. It was one of those low budget weddings where they didn't really have a plan for a photographer, but I was just available. So I decided, let me grow my game. Let me rent something which is much bigger, which is that time was a D700. So I rented the D7. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I get me a D700 rental from Lens Rental there. So no, this is me playing with the camera in the evening because D700 and D300 is the exact same camera. Just the other one is full frame, the other one is cropped, and obviously full frame was better when it comes to noise. So I'm playing around with that camera. I'm playing around. It's in the evening. I'm setting up. I'm shooting the next day morning. So, all right, cool. I'm happy with everything. My settings match, my colors match between my two cameras. So I get to the bridal preps in the morning. There I am shooting the bride, everything sharp. I know, perfect. I'm getting the perfect images. Now by Apumendlin, they're getting outside, and this is me. I'm shooting. How? Everything is too bright. Okay, shutter speed. I move my shutter speed to about 800. Everybody's still too bright. How? Now I'm shooting the 2000s. Everything's too bright. I'm going up to 4000. Okay, the exposure is almost there, but I'm losing my highlights. I close down my aperture, but now I'm losing the depth. With the 50mm, I'm losing my depth. I was like, what's happening? I don't understand. That time I'm shooting you one. All right, cool, fine. At least okay, I've got a few shots more permanently into the car. I'm driving to the church now. Can't check my camera. I'm driving to the church. My D300 is in the boot, so I'm only getting the D700. We get to the church by Puma Foot. I'm shooting same thing. Now I'm shooting at 4000 shutter speed. My aperture closed down to about 5.6, but I'm still clipping my highlights. We get into a church, and then all right, cool. When I'm inside, everything is okay. All right, no, I dropped down my shutter back to your normal 200s and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is sharp. But now I'm trying to figure this out. Now I've got both cameras, so I've jumped into D300. But now the problem with the D300 is noise. Once you go over 800 in Kingala, so I don't know what was it. It's like when I was doing my settings school, and I was like, wait, pick up the D700. Guess what? The night before when I was testing, I set the camera to ISO 1600 and everything was fine because but now I didn't change my, I know, but you still knew you are nervous in this thing. I didn't check my ISO in the morning. The whole day I was busy shooting in 1600 ISO the whole morning, so I couldn't understand why those things were bright. It's like I'm hitting myself. Anyway, what's up, bro?
I'm good.
But now I didn't change my. I know, but all right, we got feedback. Do you have headphones there by any chance, Senula?
Nah, I don't. Can you hear me properly now?
Yeah, okay, now I can hear you. All right, cool. First of all, who are you? Where can people find you? And what is your story?
Okay, Tenolo Muntiwa. You can find me at Grayscale SA Photography. on Facebook.
Yeah.
What happened with me was I was shooting a wedding, and my
Yeah.
little sister was a shooter.
Yeah.
But then I had my friend also who was helping me out, but then he was playing with my camera earlier.
Yeah.
Right? So now the file format was the smallest JPEG that he chose.
Ooh. Yeah.
The whole wedding with that Then, like,
So not even raw.
The thing is, I have like 2 big memory cards, 64 gigs.
Yeah.
I had a 16 gig in the camera.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. But then I was like, maybe I have a 64 gig in here. That's why.
Yeah, because the card is not filling up.
No, when I got home, yeah, right. Like, it was embarrassing. Like, but then, luckily, my little sister had proper photos also. So that's
Yeah. So okay, what? So you end up using your sister's photos and not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It goes back.
I actually had to make mine all black and white because
Yeah.
they were not good at all.
I think that's a default. When you screw up something, go black and white.
Obviously.
Yeah.
That wasn't happy.
Yeah.
Did I even talk to me this day?
Yeah, I know things happen. Hey guys, it happens. I think the one key about everything that we learn is backup. Backup saves your life. So backup photographer, backup camera, backup shooter, backup anything that will save.
And to also like check the settings properly.
Yeah. No,
Like
definitely.
you can be sure that okay, I'm shooting raw.
Yeah. I can imagine. Anyway, thanks for coming on to sharing your story with us. Kana, where can people find you on Instagram and Facebook?
Grayscale SA.
Grayscale SA. That's Tenulo Munsiwa. And which province? Are you Joburg or somewhere around?
I'm in the northwest now.
Okay, northwest. Okay, no, great. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Thanks for coming on.
Sure, bro.
All right, sure. Mav, do you have another story for us?
Hey, Nicholas, these stories are...
Don't forget to unmute. I'm gonna keep on reminding you.
I'm unmuted. Everybody can hear me.
All right, cool. Yeah.
I think I do have another story.
Sure.
For me, this actually happened when I was actually also starting weddings. So having a camera. I was asked to just come shoot this wedding. So now this was not even me being hired for a wedding. So I was actually invited to come shoot a wedding of my then girlfriend's mother.
Okay.
Getting married. So I am there, ready to rock and roll. I sharp. So initially when I get called to come shoot the wedding, I'm told they want me to come shoot the video of the wedding. So cool. I take my video camera, tripod. I'm ready to rock and roll. I rock up there, 2 video cameras. Hey, we are there with my friend. We are shooting. Cool, no problem. The church function finishes. We now going to the botanical gardens for the shoot. We get there and everybody looks at me and says, yeah, we're ready to take the pictures. And I didn't even bring a camera for pictures because I'm there.
Because you're shooting video.
I'm like, and no, they're like, yeah, no, we're ready. What do you want everybody? I'm like, no, I didn't even bring I didn't bring a camera, and I literally had like a video camera with me, 2 of them, and I was like, oh my word.
You're shooting video. I'm shooting video.
Am I now? And same to Busang's story.
Yeah.
I had a Nokia N7 So
Yeah.
my thing was, okay, my video camera also takes photos. So everybody please
Yeah.
look here, and I'm just taking some behind the scenes with my
Gandhi, you're taking the main photos with
and
you.
these are the main photos that are actually gonna go into the so I'm just taking behind the scenes. Don't worry, everybody look into the camera, look into the camera. And I promise you, that's how I got the wedding photos. It was a Nokia N7. And I promise you, it was like, I was like, okay, next time, just bring the camera just in case. I'm telling you. So
Yeah, I
for
know.
me,
If only clients knew. All right, cool. Ken, did you have another story? Or Mav, do you have anybody else waiting to tell a story in the chat room?
nobody at the moment. People,
All right, cool.
please come on. We're waiting.
I wish I had. Luckily I didn't. I don't really have lots of stories. Yeah, most of the weddings they just go not smooth, but they go well.
All right, cool,
Yeah,
cool.
most of them
Anyway,
are.
so well, what do you no, Mr. Fuji? What do you think of this? I'm sure you've seen the news. You've seen the news of the Canon EOS R5. Oh, Gift's got a story. I've sent him. Cool. Yeah, no. Can you tell us?
The R5. I've been actually involved when somebody will send like a link of the updates on the R5, and it's a great camera. You see, but it's one of those cameras that will come into our shelves and we'll just admire. We'll just admire it. We'll just look at it like this camera has this. It's a camera you can brag about, but most of us, it's not a camera that we will be able to purchase. I mean, we struggle to purchase. It will be very expensive. It's a given. That one, I mean, if you look at the camera like your Sony A7 III, it's the price range is lower. And if you check those specs and then you check the specs of the R5, you can see that it's gonna be maybe even 3 times. Or one example I've made was about the 1 Mark III. 1DX Mark III is about 120
something thousand. Yeah.
And I was actually saying the R5 is making the 1DX Mark III like a Mickey Mouse camera. In terms of specs.
No, obviously, I mean, when the advantage with mirrorless technologies, you are able to do more. You're able to do more with the technology than you could with the DSLR. So, I mean, hence the R5. But yes, you're correct. Your R5 will be like your 5D Mark IV. It's still new, will be expensive, but in a few years' time will be, a bit cheaper. Anyway, before we finish this conversation, we've got Gifts. Gift has got a story for us. How's it? First, tell us who you are.
My audio, there's something wrong. I've got an echo here.
Gift has got a story for us. Yeah, I can hear myself. Do you have the video playing back?
Is Facebook playing video?
Yeah, just mute your Facebook.
Mute your Facebook.
All right, okay, while you're sorting that out. Yeah, okay, I was saying, like, it's going to be your 5D Mark IV or your 5D Mark III when you came in, but in a few years' time or 3-4 years time, those cameras will be in second hand because now you'll have your R5 Mark III, Mark II by then. So I mean, in the greater scheme of things, I think now I'm happier that all the major competitors are now playing ball in the mirrorless game. You've got your Fuji, who have been doing mirrorless for forever, and you've got the new boys in the hood, your Canon and your Nikon and your Sony, which is also a bit older. So now it gives more photographers a better range to look at, to consider, So I think it's like I'm happy that everybody now is in the same ballpark. It's just like, okay, how do we price what services can we offer? Gift, are you ready for us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. So yeah, please, who you are, introduce yourself, tell us where people can find you and what you do, and your story, please.
Okay, I'm Gift, the founder and owner of Gift Photography and Video. People can find me on Gift Photography and Video on Facebook. On Instagram, it's Gift_photography. With regards to my story, this actually happened in 2017. We were shooting a wedding at Glenburn Lodge in Muldersdrift. So after we were in the chapel. Outside the chapel, there's a pond.
Yeah.
So basically,
I can see where this is going. I can see where this is going.
You know, when I'm shooting, I get so focused. I forget about everything else that's happening.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
the bride is going out of the chapel, I'm busy shooting, moving backwards.
Yeah.
And unfortunately I fell inside the water. And I was using the Black Rapid dual strap. So
yeah, so everything
cameras.
is
Both of
so you
them
have to
went
feel like
inside.
that.
And both of them had flashes.
Ish.
One body died, the lens died, both flashes died. The only thing that survived is my Nikon lens, the gold ring Nikon lens.
Yeah.
That survived, and one body was not fully submerged. Luckily, I had a backup in the boot. That day, I had 3 cameras.
So, okay, you killed one camera, or you killed 2 cameras, basically.
I killed 1 camera and the flash. Then the other camera, it survived, but I killed 2 cameras. The only thing that survived is the lens. From the 2 cameras I was shooting.
And I mean, I hope you have you had insurance or something like that.
So what helped me? I did not panic because I knew I had a camera in the boot.
Yeah.
So I told the couple, "Don't worry, let me go fetch my backup." And my backup was a Nikon D3200.
Yeah, the smaller ones.
But
it's still a camera. Hey, at the end of the day, you still continue to do your job.
I shot the entire wedding with that camera and the 35 f1.8. And the guests and the couple were so impressed because I shot the entire wedding. I was dripping wet. But I kept on shooting.
So like
since that wedding, I now carry extra clothes.
Yeah.
In addition. And it also happened again, but this time it was not me. It was a second shooter.
Yeah, that fell in the water.
Yeah.
I hope with their camera, not your camera again.
with their camera.
All right.
In fact, we have hired a camera body for him because normally when we've got double bookings, I always make sure we've got backups. So the camera which fell in the water, it was a hired camera. Luckily, one of the assistants took the camera and got a hair dryer. He dried with the hair dryer, and the next day it was working. So I didn't even tell them that the camera fell in the water.
Okay. So it was weather sealed camera. Do you know what brand it was? Maybe
it was the 5D Mark III.
Mark III. Okay, I think they have weather sealing, so it was. You were so lucky. We were lucky on that regard. You were lucky on that regard. And no, speaking of killing, okay, I didn't fall in the water. No? So also my first few weddings, still shooting Nikon. There were D800, I think was early days of the D800 that I had rented. I've got a 7200 which I rented as well. My SB900 which I owned, the speed light, the flash. There I am walking around. I think I was shooting that wedding no Tenchi. It was one of the first weddings where I was teaching Tenchi photography and things like that. So church during the ceremony service, I'll be walking around, I'm shooting, like they're doing the Umfundisi is preaching. So it's now time for me to walk around and shoot the guests. So I got a strap, like I'm not gonna name brands. It was not a strap fault, so I can name it. It was a Black Rapid strap, which I had ordered from Ohms back in the day. So okay, now I've got my lens. It's 7200. It's got the column. Nikon, it's got a screw on the side. So my Rapid is on there. So I'm walking around, I've got the strap. So I've got my D300 with a 50mm. I'm shooting those close-ups and then switching between. For some reason, I don't know what happened, that column screw on the 7200 went loose. The camera went straight down with the SB900 on the bottom, crashing onto the floor. The whole church was quiet. The whole thing went like, bah! Everybody stopped. They turned and looked at me. And I said, guys, don't worry. I've got a backup in the car. Went to the car, got my SB60. I think that was the second flash that I had. came back and I shot. But like the whole day, I'm thinking my SB900, which I paid about 4,000 rands for, my heart was no longer in the mood for the wedding, but I was just shooting. So luckily for me, that backup that helped me out. Yeah. Mav, your turn. I'm sure you've got more stories. First, let me see. Anybody else in the chat room who wants to say something? Mr. Bongs is. I see Mr. Bongs is there. Mr. Sipom Dawe has joined us. Thank you for coming through. Uskumbuzo, thanks for coming through. John Sifiso, thank you for coming through. Kanye, we're waiting on you. Anybody else who wants to share stories on the chat room? I don't see anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's anybody in the chat room that wants to.
Yeah, so I think in terms of expense, I think Gift takes it all because he killed 2 cameras.
I was gonna sit down and cry.
No, I mean I wasn't gonna shoot. Honestly, I was just gonna let my second shooters go on for the rest of the day. I don't see anybody else. Do we have more stories? I mean, I don't. I think okay. Well, the other one is just a light story, has the story. But Mav, go.
I think I'll share a story that we had. So we were going to shoot a. Luckily, it was a pre-wedding. So we were going to shoot the pre-wedding for the couple. So they wanted some pre-wedding photos to use for their invitation. So fine, we drove. It was somewhere in Limpopo, if I remember correctly. So we drove fine. So I was actually an assistant on that shoot. So I'm basically just there for the joyride and to offer assistance. So fine, they come to me. So I'm like, okay, since I have lights, I take my lights. Fine, I'm like, okay, you've got a camera? He's like, okay, no, I've got my camera, no need to bring my camera. I'm like, okay, sharp, let's go. We drive 4 hours, I think it was 3.5 hours. Get to the location, the couple is not there. Oh, okay, no sharp. Anyway, we had prepared because we're going to drive for a long time, so we've got food. We know we've got a cooler box in the car. We're going to sit here, we're going to enjoy ourselves. It's a nice little park until the couple gets here. Cool, no problem. We're sitting there. We actually had 2 cooler boxes. We had 2 cooler boxes. So one was actually a backup with ice. The other one had our drinks and a bit of ice as in. So cool. Fine. We wait. The couple gets there. They are very apologetic. And they got there quite late. I think around about 5 o'clock or something like that. So we are still okay. Fine. I take out the lights. I set up, put on the triggers. No problem. We put there. I'm like, okay, dude, bring your camera. Here's the trigger. You're ready to rock and roll. And we can't find the camera. Okay.
What happened?
What happened to the camera? No, but the camera bag is there. We've seen the camera.
But the camera is not there.
We've seen the camera before we left my house. It was there. It was in the bag. What happened? No, man. I was scrolling through some pictures on the camera. The camera is there. We start looking for the camera. The camera is nowhere to be found. We are looking for the camera. The camera is nowhere to be found. I'm like, hey, man, what happened to the camera? Hi. Okay, I'm now sitting there. I'm frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I need a cool drink. I open the cooler box and the camera is just floating in the cooler box.
Did you drink that much?
I don't know and it was not even me. I don't know what happened to my friend. He literally, I don't know if he put it in or what happened, and he closed the cooler box. It's just floating in the cooler box. I'm like, I can't even believe my eyes. I closed the cooler box. I'm like, I don't think you wanna know what the camera is. Long story short, we didn't shoot the bride and the groom.
Yeah, I know. You must go sober. I think, guys, okay, how long have we been running for? I think we've been running long enough. Or do you still, unless Gift or Candy, do you still have more stories to share with us?
No. I don't have story. If Gift doesn't have a story, maybe He's a fellow ex-photographer. Maybe he can explain to us the journey.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Tell us about your move from Nikon to Fuji.
Okay. We basically do both photography and video. So for video, we use mirrorless. So from time to time, I do shoot with that mirrorless. For instance, if you book for video, so I kind of got used to it. So whenever I have to shoot stills, I go to my DSLR. I wasn't enjoying the experience anymore, especially knowing because we're using Sony and Canon mirrorless. So the technology is just insane.
Yeah.
And with Nikon, I was missing a lot of moments. That's the main reason why I'm switching to mirrorless, is to capture
But
moments.
when you say you're missing moments, what is what is the autofocus system or what
the
is
autofocus? Yeah. With my DSLR, let's say I'm seeing something is happening. It will take me about 5 seconds to take a picture, whereas I only have a second or half second or 2 seconds. So with Nikon, sometimes I take the picture, but when I take it, it's out of focus.
Yeah.
So it takes time to focus. And another thing, I love shooting in live view mode. So with DSLR, shooting in live view mode is counterproductive because the
autofocus system just doesn't work. Yeah.
So with mirrorless, it works just perfect as using an optical viewfinder. Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the main reasons why I switched. And also I wanted a hybrid. I want one camera that I can use. Let's say, for instance, I'm busy taking stills and I see a moment. I want to be able to take a video.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can take stills, sometimes I can take video with one camera. I wasn't able to do that with my DSLR because the Nikon I was using, it didn't have autofocus. I had to use manual focus.
Yeah. Any reason why specifically Fuji, not Sony, and not Canon? Because I mean, they all released by the time that you acquired this Fuji.
It's basically the price. I almost went Sony, but when I look at the lenses that I want, because even with Nikon, I still couldn't afford the lenses I wanted. I wanted a tilt shift lens. That lens is 45K.
Yeah.
So when I check Sony, all the lenses I want, about 3 of them, they'll cost over 100K. And business-wise, that would be not a good decision for me. So that's why I went Fuji. Like Fuji as it is now, I'm not far from having the kit that I really want.
Candy, was it also the same sentiment that made you to move to Fuji as opposed to Nikon, Canon, or Sony?
Almost, though not really quite, but actually price is a main concern, especially if you're running a business. But what actually happened to me while I was looking, before I even bought the Sony cameras, I actually did see the XH1, and then there were stories, people talking about issues with autofocus, and because I was driven more by video. When I was upgrading my cameras, it was more on the video side. So probably 2 years down the line, which is December last year, then Sanele, once he sent me a message, say, did you see this camera? And I said, I've seen that camera a long time ago, but it doesn't have what I want. And he said, no, Chief, go read what they are saying. It's been updated and blah, blah, because it was on sale. And then when I go read, I see, oh, okay, there's lots of things that's been updated here. And it was cheap, like I'll say relatively cheap.
Yeah.
So I went and
they definitely are affordable. The Fujis, I must say, they're very affordable, and the advantage of them having an APS-C sensor, which means the lenses are smaller, and you get them for a good price. I mean, not to say that because they're smaller they're bad. I mean, like I've shot with, I'm so in love with the X-T3. I mean, every time I'm with Amy, I'm playing with a camera, So I think that also plays a big part,
Yeah, it does, and also the second market for Fuji. I bought a couple of lenses very cheap relative to the new price.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, Gift. Just I wanted to ask you one question. I think one of a couple of months back or 2 months back, I shot a second shot for you, and obviously I was shooting a Canon 6D, and you were shooting the Fuji system. You're telling me that you're complaining about matching the color profiles. How did you? Maybe you just give us a story a little bit.
It's basically a nightmare.
Yeah.
Because coming from Nikon, when I edit my stills, I really don't do much, especially with your color tones. I don't mess with those. Nikon is just right. But with Fuji, because I was shooting raw, what I've noticed with Fuji, when you shoot JPEGs, the JPEGs, they look beautiful, they're nice, but RAWs, they're quite different. They're something else. So it's I'm still even now experimenting because I had to modify all my presets because they're not working with the Fuji RAW file. Yeah. And also with your Canon files, it was quite a challenge to match the colors, especially the magentas. Some of them, I don't think I matched them. I think
you should have done like everybody else and turned it to black and white.
but it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. All right. No, but I did see the results. You did a quite a good job there. I'm quite happy. Like I said, next time you want me to come second shoot for you, bring the camera. I'm there.
Next time I'll give you a Fuji.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, Marv, I think we should close this off right now. Thanks to everybody that came in. Kendi, thank you, Gift. Thank you, Busang. Thank you, Tsenulo. Thank you, everybody else who's in the chat room who joined us today. Yeah, it was. We just thought, let's just hang out and just tell funny stories because it happens to every one of us. We always have something that goes wrong. I mean, we've got more stories to tell, and so if you've got ideas for the next show that we can do, please do inbox either me or Marv, or just send an inbox to the Photoitsbits page. Would like to take you up. If you know of any photographer that you would like to hear from, please tell us who the photographer is. We'll try to contact them and see if they will be happy to come join the show and just tell you a bit more about them and their journey through photography. Other than that, we'll see you next time. I'm not only drink because I know I talk a lot.
Are we still live or what's happening?